Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Hollow Knight. Welcome to the finale, in fact. We already beat the base game in the Grim Troop DLC, but I think it's fitting to save the Godmaster stuff for last, especially since it adds its own endings. Speaking of which, Hornet and the White Lady were really not kidding around when they said that we had two options in front of us. One of which would be to see the perpetuation of Hallownest. We saw that when we beat the Hollow Knight and took his place. Oh, we get the Grubberfly elegy for reuniting all of the grubs as one happy family. Gives us a projectile on our slashes when we're at full health. It's one of those. I don't use it that often, but if I'm remembering right, and there's every chance I might not be, I think you can hit with both the projectile, which does reduce damage, and then the nail itself. I think you can hit with both of those simultaneously. But it's got kind of limited usefulness. You can kind of cheat it out a little bit more with, like, Joni's Blessing and Lifeblood Charms and all that stuff to get a little bit more leeway with it. Anyway, the harder of the two options that they implored us to choose, the one that we saw last time, was facing the heart of the infection, the Radiance herself, contained within the Hollow Knight. And we did all that last time. Saw all three of the base game's main endings. Might be a little minor, jokey one left to see. That'll come later, though. This is not all that we have to do. There's still a little bit to clean up before we actually head down into the junk pit, where the new DLC is going to take place. So we're going to come down to Salubra to get her blessing. A blessing for you. With your excessive patronage and those startling good looks, you've more than earned it. Great, cool. Welcome to my personal space. Boon bestowed by the charm lover Salubra. Yes, I hope my blessing brings you everything you desire. Don't be a stranger, sweetums. Dear, dear, I really must hold it together. I must appear calm, but this creature is just divine. And with that, that's our final upgrade. The very last one. And that's because we turned in the final grub to the Grub Father. Reunited them as one happy family. On top of selling you a bunch of charms herself and most of your notches, she had that one final upgrade. That only becomes available once you have every single charm in the game. So her blessing will pop up when you sit at a bench, and it'll passively refill your soul, like when you bathe in a hot spring. We're gonna come back to Dirtmouth for one final time. I think this is the last time that we're gonna be here. Oh no, we're actually... I think we have to come back just one single extra time. There's Salubra and her blessing. We're gonna do one more thing. We are gonna say goodbye, since we rushed off to Salubra last time before we had a chance to say goodbye to our good Caberpipper buddies before we finish up the game. Oh. Happy, happy, happy. Well. That's why it's called the Grubberfly's elegy. Then again, Grubberfly, right? The achievement that we got when we found the last Caberpipper was called Metamorphosis, so maybe the Grub Father is going to be going into a chrysalis and emerging as a Grubberfly. Now we are done with everything in the base game. We almost have our 112%. We're just about there. really, it's only the Godmaster DLC ahead of us, which is not terribly substantial. It's all condensed into one new area, and the area itself just houses a bunch of boss rushes. Oops. So we're going to be heading to the Royal Waterways once again. Remember how we got that simple key, the new simple key that was added with the DLC from the Pale Lurker, just east of the Coliseum of Fools? Well, the key opens something down in the Royal Waterways. A brand new sub-area in the Royal Waterways. And I haven't actually done any of that DLC yet. I've read up a little bit about it, but we're mostly going into it pretty fresh. I just know that it's a lot of boss rushes. And that the last boss rush out of the 5 seems a little bit ridiculous. Because it features more than 40 bosses to fight all in a row with no checkpoints. So that's going to be an experience. So if I remember right, this new, we can one-shot these now, so you don't even get to see them flip over anymore. The new area is just around the corridor that leads to the Flukmarm Arena. In fact, I think it's somewhere around here-ish. No, we're still a little bit off. I need to take the shortcut, though, which also kind of forget where that is. It's somewhere to the left here, just hugging the wall. Might be here? Yep. Oh no! Even from all the way down here, we can hear the flukes. Okay, so that's the tunnel to Flukmarm's Arena down there. Oh, okay. Hello, friend. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. It'll get up. That thing just do 4 masks of damage to me? Because I'm an idiot? Yeah. Now there's a breakable wall somewhere around here. I don't think it's not that far down. It's not actually in Flukmarm's Arena. Huh. Wait, it was what? When did I break that open? I don't even remember doing that off screen. Okay. Hello, friend. I genuinely don't think I did that off screen. Unless I broke that open without realizing it as soon as I came down here. Huh. Oh, you do 2 masks. Figures they would add new fluke enemies. There's also a new fluke NPC somewhere around here. May not be active just yet. I have no idea if I'm even going the right way. I mean, I kind of am. Since this is all new regardless. Seems to be set up like kind of a labyrinth. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to these new bosses. This dude, not so much. Okay, yeah, it is just a kind of a grid, series of grids. Ooh. Just don't want to be harassed by them while I'm kind of checking the lay of the land. Oh, nope. I saw there's a floor below, but it looked like it only led to... Yeah, that's a geocache. Oh, of course. Whoop! Thought I was gonna make it back up to that tunnel. The problem is I have to deal with this because I don't know if the right way to go is left or right. So I can't, yeah. I didn't want to risk just dead-ending myself against that. Cool, it looks like we're out of the maze. And we're into the junk pit. We have a lot of areas that kind of fall under that classification. Which is a place where things are discarded, nothing but refuse. I like how deep in the background you can see all those long trunked enemies. So we're gonna come up here first and foremost, because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, and just judging by the background, this is definitely the place. There's a shortcut that I've been advised about. And this shortcut leads back up to the City of Tears, and specifically that area far to the left, around where the Nailmaster's hut is located. That shortcut is important for something that we're going to see down the line. And now, just to Superman our way back over. Hey, there we go. Huh, this is just a little bit of geo. A lot of chests full of small amounts. This is what we use. Oh my god, a cocoon chained with a simple lock. This thing looks so cool. This is what we use that new simple key on that was added with the DLC. It's a coffin with something called the God Tuner in it. It resonates with beings of great power. Seek the gods of Hallownest. That's what this dude was doing. And this is how we access the new area. Blasphemy, rank blasphemy. Thou crawler, thou cringer, thou smallest of the small. By what right dost thou trespass here in this home of the gods? Shrivel away and be gone. Be gone. They do not take too kindly to your intrusion in their dreams. And I do say they, because there are multiple beings speaking with one voice. They're the God Seekers. Seeker of gods, a bridge. Our mind a sea. We did get that dialogue in the warehouse. Or that dream dialogue. The lighthouse down in the abyss, remember? So, in addition to all of this, there was a mechanic that was confirmed to have been cut called Charm Glorification. It was an advertised feature when this was still called Gods and Glory. That area, I think, is Land of Storms, which, we'll talk about that in a bit. And this is the Hall of Gods. It lists off every single boss in the game. You can fight them individually here. As long as you face them before, their statue will be here. And you can face them on multiple difficulty settings. I kind of just forgot to show this off, so I'm recording this after I've beaten the rest of the DLC, or at least most of it. There's one hidden room here in the Hall of Gods, and you first have to crystal dash, jump cancel out of it, and then start dream nailing the ceiling, or hitting the ceiling to unlock this hidden area. where we can challenge this familiar-looking being. It's Zote again! And that is already different from when we fought him in the Coliseum of Fools. He couldn't hurt us at all then. Zote singing the theme for this area is my favorite thing about it. This is the Eternal Ordeal, which is an endless horde mode against spawns of Zote. And if you kill 57 of these Zote spawns, you unlock a new main menu theme for the 57 precepts of Zote. I'm just gonna do this once and see how far I get. They actually add a couple of new Zote-themed enemies. Some of these you run into on the higher difficulty levels, the Great Brynne Zote fight. Some of these are just new, though. God. Like, the fat one is just a smaller version of Great Brynne Zote himself. Or I guess a more rotund version. Oh, look at the creepy spitting one! Hanging from the ceiling. Oh my god, this is... Fucking Christ. Oh! And this small one chasing me with his nail. This is the best! It's also hard as hell. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I can definitely play some more of that. Alright, so that's that. The main event here are the Pantheons, though, which are the boss rushes. So one thing I am not going to be doing is unlocking that area called the Land of Storms. It's not needed for the 112%. It's also extremely not worth it. Because you have to do all of the Pantheons with all of the bindings, which we'll see in a second. The bindings, you can turn them on, and it'll do things like reduce nail damage to, or buy 20 percentage points, limit you to 4 masks, unequip all your charms, and limit your soul to 1/3 of the bar. And all you get is a small dark area with virtually nothing in it except a small item with the barest amount of lore. Wretch, thou hast ordained thine own destruction. Through sacred combat, are we attuned to the kingdom's greatest beings. By entering this gate, thou hast challenged the very gods of this kingdom. Dost thou consider thyself the equal of this pantheon, of its masters? Draw thy weapon then, fool of fools, and be damned. Why hast thou crept in this pantheon, O meager one? The noise of thine wriggling creates much discord, drowning out the godly resonance we attune ourselves to. Dost thou mean to thwart our sacred goal? Does envy drive thou to such madness? We pray that the gods of this kingdom punish thee, obliterate thee, utterly destroy thee. Creep on, meager one. O gods of Hallownest, show us your might. We shall attune ourselves to thee and ascend ever higher. So the God Seekers come from a land where their gods abandoned them.
Yes.
Oh, cool! Yeah. So all the Pantheons are straight up boss rushes. They get progressively harder as you do each one. For the first 4 Pantheons, each of them contain 10 bosses, 9 refights, and then they end with a final fight that's brand new, like Oro here. So what we're going to be doing is my first attempt at each new one, and then the kill attempt, assuming that's not also just the first attempt. Now this is cool. Oro and Motto at the same time. So they have pretty basic movesets, but this being like a dual boss fight is gonna get really chaotic. Okay, and that's how they're different. I don't visually know how to tell them apart though, so if they start, one of them starts charging, I'm not exactly sure which is gonna do what. Because there's the regular charge slash, right? Oh no, the charge slash is from Shio. Oro and Motto have the Cyclone Slash and the Dash Slash. So I can't just react to them the same way. Okay. Looks like he only does that from one corner of the room. Whereas the other one can start the Cyclone Slash charge from anywhere. Okay. And then No, I thought he was charging it. Oh, this is really cool! Shit. It's hard, though. I'm not gonna get... Oh, no, that's Cyclone. Good. Fuck.
Yes.
Oh, that's so dumb of me. Like, I dashed right into his hurt box before he started the battle cry that opens the fight. Oh, this isn't going well. Oh, that was much faster. It was much faster this time. Fuck. I really have to try to control them and my spacing a lot better. I think focus firing them down is kinda out the window because I can't tell them apart properly. Damn it. Oh, man. This might actually be a little bit too hard to commentate over. Yeah, no. Oh! No. That was almost pretty sick, though. God damn. Okay. This should be a lot easier now. Yeah, it was a little bit greedy. This is still fun. Like, 3 masks should be more than enough to finish this. Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely a little greedier than I should be. I'm gonna have to correct that at some point because the boss rushes are not getting any easier from here on out. That was by far the easiest one against like the most basic enemies in the game. Or I mean the most basic, simple bosses. And then we have the next one. Oh, this is gonna be against Paintmaster Shio. It's the Pantheon of the artist. Oh, that's gonna be a fun fight. I hope it's not just Oro and Motto's moveset. Ungrateful blemishes, the gods in their great mercy allow thee to escape their first Pantheon alive, yet still thee think to test thyself against their might. They think of the bosses of Hallownest as their gods, or as some gods. Will the gods not relieve us of this troublesome speck? How it tests us, seeing this worm raise its filthy weapon to the gods. Thou hast luck beyond luck, O speck. The gods of this pantheon, for purpose beyond our understanding, will allow you amongst them. Truly the divine punishment they must be planning for you will be beyond all reckoning. Prepare thyself. Oh, cool! Oh, there's the Great Slash. Wait, no, that's it. Oh! Okay, this is already one of the coolest bosses. I love that the paint splatters on the ground and stays there. God, this is cool. Yeah, so the yellow is the Great Slash. The pink is something brand new. The projectile rain from the pink one is actually not even that bad. Honestly, the blue one is kind of the hardest thing to deal with. Come on. Yeah, no, this is definitely one of the coolest bosses. Oh! Hello? Getting a grip on this. Hopefully I won't have to spend another 10 minutes redoing the Pantheon. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that chance to be conservative and heal. Fuck! There we go. That is a cool fight. I love Shio. That's very good. Let's say 12 minutes? 11:28. I have a really good internal clock. Alright, so far so good. Pantheon of the... Oh, yeah! Oh, tell me this is gonna be what I think it is. Lowly brute, blindest of worms, again thee challenge the gods. What divine whim has granted thee the strength to endure their presence, where no others may stand? Fight then, struggle then, and keenly shall we listen for thy destruction. Thou art painfully persistent. Why dost thou defile this Pantheon with thine presence? Seek ye glory, O vain one? Thou misunderstand our purpose. Through ritual combat are we attuned to the voices of the gods. Even higher do they lead us, higher and higher and higher, until through godly focus do we attain communion with that great power sleeping in the kingdom's heart. That great power sleeping in the kingdom's heart that they want to commune with. There are a limited number of things, yes, to which you can be talking. I'm so happy this is a thing. Okay, that's kind of what... Yeah, this is really similar to what Oro and Mono do. Went into that with 2 masks, so... This is the first one that's taken more than 2 tries. And he can do all of this with minimal charging. That's okay, that makes sense because he gives us the Nailmaster's Glory, which reduces the charge times for the nail arts. Ooh! Ooh! Man, I wasn't expecting Sly to be this cool. That's a really fun attack to dodge. His version of the Cyclone Slash. Because you really have to prolong your time in the air with that double jump. god. Oh! And he actually has really good range, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to get in on him without exposing yourself. Oh, of course there's more. This is the first time I've seen this. Oh! That's so cool! What a hype little boss! God damn! Sly! Okay, the second phase is a lot easier than the first, but damn, that's cool. It's so good. Alright, 3 down. 2 more to go. And it only gets harder from here. Oh, Godseeker mode. This just lets you start a new file with everything unlocked as far as I am aware. Okay, so it's not time for you yet. Whew. I think we're just going straight across to the right now. Yeah, so we have to do all of the other 3 before we unlock this one, and we have to do this one before we unlock the hellish one. Seek the pure God. This is the Pantheon of the Night. O gods of Hallownest, graciously thee open the way to the greatest of pantheons. Thy voices grow closer and thy resonance draws us ever higher. Pray will we, attune will we, until the spark of divine light shines from the deepest darkness. That dichotomy again. Show reverence, O meager one, show fear. Thou approacheth a great and terrible God. Though its worldly body be bound and defiled, the glory of its pure form endures. Ruler of this pantheon, its endless power shall attune us to the one greater still, a God of gods. Meager one, dost thou imagine thyself the equal of this God? Dost thou imagine thyself made in its image? Thou assume a similar shape, and the deep echo within thee seems familiar. Ah, what thoughts are these? Thou sow blasphemies in our mind. Wretch, be gone. We pray that the God of nothingness silence thee forever. The Hollow Knight in this form looks so cool. Oh, it's a shame he loses the armor and the cape. Pure vessel. Okay, so right off the bat, much, much faster. Holy shit. And double damage, of course. That is new. We still have the parry. Ooh! Okay. That is a new version of an old ability. Fuck. Okay. This is a good sign. I haven't gone into the last phase this healthy before. That attack. He only does that at like a quarter of his health. So... Fuck me. Fuck me. Ooh. That one is quite hard. Man, not only hard, it's... You have to redo a lot. Oh. Like, you have to redo some hard bosses just to get back there. Harder still to get back there with full HP. Dude, that's a fun fight, though. They took a boss that was actually pretty trivial and made him quite enjoyable. Man, I like the Pure Vessel fight quite a bit. I mean, Oro and Mato were a little bit boring, but they make up for it by just being a kind of a nifty tandem boss fight. The rest have been just varying degrees of great, though. Awesome. Super, super rad. Okay. So we are done and got home for the moment. We have something else to do. It's somewhere else to be. We're gonna exit stage left over here. Yeah, it took like a solid hour and a half, including, oh, Hallowed Land, Tune of Gods. Hallowed Land, Tune, yeah. Look at that form. Especially compared to what's present in the mind of Godseekers. They share a collective consciousness. This is that new fluke NPC. Glah, glah, strange thing lurking, waiting. Glah, glah. Mother's treasure is too scary. Glah, go away. Glah, glah. Reminds me of like the Cthulhu. Yeah, yeah. I think we are out of any possibility of danger. Even a whiff of it. Welcome to Escort Quest Pardos. Cannot get hit at all, just like before. Creeper, did thee wake us? Revived this kingdom, these gods, tuned and bested, gleaming in mind. In this our form swells at large, nay, immense, majestic, hibernation so long foretold upon us. Yet the shell that results is strong, so strong. Thine gaze is adoring, ye must think us godly. Amusing, foolish, but thou art faced with enormity. Hallownest, even fading, a glorious land of gods. Never, never. The gods here will never die. And we can give him the delicate flower. The crawler makes an offering to us. Rare bloom, tiny and pure. No god, though. No godliness, but still. What does crawler ask for in return? To touch our thick, gleaming hide? To see the exquisite face beneath our mask? No, no, crawler. Presumes too much. The gift is ours, kept by us, but our mysteries will be preserved. Gods, many shapes they assume. This bloom, then? A splinter? Cast off? Refuse of something greater? No, no tune. If it sings, we cannot hear it. So the flower is not born of anything else in Hallownest that this being would consider to be godlike. It's not a thing of light, it's not a thing of void, it's something else entirely. And we have one more Pantheon to go, and this one is the dooziest of doozies. This one's gonna get real rough. Because it's 4 times as long as any of the other ones, and I have heard that it houses the hardest boss in the game right at the end. Harder than the Radiance, harder than the Pure Vessel, harder than Great Prince Soap, harder than Nightmare King Brynne. By the way, you'll have to fight all of them in that boss rush coming up. Pure Vessel, Nightmare King Brynne, Great Prince Soap, all of them. Everything. Everyone is here like Smash. Mischief beyond mischief, we cannot escape thee, even in this highest, most distant of pantheons. A wielder of nails, eater of soul! Are thee a messenger of the gods, or something stranger? We will not defy thee. Continue thy combat, we shall be listening closely. Oh, this is overlooking the Lake of Un. They're looking at Un, sleeping god. We can barely feel thy presence amongst the green left behind. What strength thee once possessed fades beyond time and tune. Such magnificent scale, even in decline. If only thee could teach us to grow so large. Oh, and this is the White Ladies. She's unbound. Oh, tragedy. This majestic god evades our attunement with such ease. We live only to serve the gods, to seek them out. Why does she frustrate us? How does she hide from us? Does she diminish herself by choice? O majestic one, we beg thee reveal thyself. Our mind is so much less without you in it. Even long departed, we feel the afterglow of the god power that sat this throne, lays heavy upon this kingdom. That lingering power alone was beacon enough to draw us to Hallownest. How bright it must have been to mortal bug stood before it. A god so strong, yet erased so completely. How could it happen? Well, happened to the Radiance. Yeah, here we go. I'm really curious to see what is new about this fight, because this is not just the Radiance in the same way that the Pure Vessel fight was not just the Hollow Knight. I'm expecting faster, which is already scary. Oh, I can't wait to see. Yeah, absolute Radiance! I really am eager to see what the absolute Radiance does that's new. Like that. Oh, okay. So in the regular fight, that's just one. It's one volley. Oh, that's much faster. Well, that's only 3 in this version. Oh, wait. But it's back to back? Holy shit. Oh, it's a different version of this with the this. No, that's 8-eyed. You get a glimpse of something like this in the first few frames of God, that's really cathartic. In the first few frames of the sharp shadow dash. Fuck this Pantheon. Oh man. I'm mainly just happy to be done, which that is a shitty feeling. Relief that it's done rather than like satisfaction. Because oh man, that Pantheon sucks. It is really just straight sewage. It's too much, like, and then to end on such a brutal fight. That took 8 hours, by the way. Because again, it is 40 bosses. More than that, a few more than 40. And then ending on Absolute Radiance, which is not a super creative fight. It's just more intense, which on its own, that's fine. But that Pantheon is just too much. That's, you spend 30 or 45 minutes climbing a ladder and Absolute Radiance just kicks you down to the bottom rung. That is a lot of disrespect for the player's time. Not going to dwell on that. So at the end, that appeared to be the Hollow Knight crawling out of the temple. And the delicate flower is also interesting because it radiates light, but it doesn't appear to be overtaken or snuffed out by the void. The effect is a lot more soul-like. Which is... yeah, I want to touch on that. The White King gave the bugs of Hallownest sentience, right? He is called the Pale King. He was a pale white. Thematically, what else is white in the game? Soul. Soul is white. So is that how the Pale King made the bugs sapient? And civilized? Do you give them soul or souls? And is that what the delicate flower is made of? I guess we're still gonna get a couple of more answers in the future because we have the Hornet campaign down the line. But man, let's just recap some thoughts. Hollow Knight's the best! Oh man. Hollow Knight is the best. That Pantheon aside, it's the best. You wanna know something really cool? The first iteration of Hollow Knight, the genesis of some of its ideas sprang from a game jam game called Hungry Knight. I've talked about this before. But there was another game jam themed around things beneath the surface, and they never made a game for that. But they talked about it a lot, and the idea is they brainstormed for that game jam was the other big spark for Hollow Knight. And the coolest insight they had was that Metroidvania maps are built and honeycombed to be like ant nests. Like if you ever see an ant farm, if you've ever looked at one, all of the interconnected roads when put on a 2D plane look like a Metroidvania map. Perfect. What a perfect game. 10 out of 10. That Pantheon sucks. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, y'all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and do the other YouTube things.